I would love to have somebody come on the program and tell me the case for if they think America is healthy. Forget all the particulars on Bobby Kennedy. I'm not going to win you over on that. But do you really think the state of American public health is in a good position? Do you think the state of American public health is strong? We are one of the fattest countries. Blake can get it. And I wrote about this in the book, and Blake helped me with the research and helped me put all the thoughts together. We're one of the fattest countries in the world. That alone should be a wake-up call. And the answer is not Novo Nordisk Ozempic. The answer is diet, movement, lifestyle, choice, agency. We want to make America lean again. We have a 41% obesity rate in this country. And I know a lot of you in the audience say, oh, it's not my fault. I'm not getting into that. The point is, let's fix it together. Let's fix it together. Subscribe to our podcast. Bobby Kennedy continues in his testimony here. Let's play cut 148.
We assure you that President Trump has personally spoken to me about locating those 300,000 children who disappeared over the last 4 years.
I don't think anybody has a fully accurate number, but it's hundreds of thousands, I agree.
And many of them we know have been sex trafficked and childhood slavery, and it is a blight on America's moral authority, and we need to find those kids.
We need healthy youth for our military. We need healthy youth for our country, for the vitality of our nation. We are in a circumstance right now where the major ag companies, the major pharmaceutical companies want you overweight. I'm not going to get into this topic. It's too controversial. Is obesity a choice or not? I think lifestyle plays a big role into it. I really do. But I also believe that people are being actively poisoned. It goes back to a theme that we say many times on this program, which is cui bono. It is the Latin phrase, cui bono. Who benefits? Who benefits if Bobby Kennedy is defeated and people remain fat and sloppy, unhealthy? Cui bono. Who benefits if Bobby Kennedy wins? I can tell you, if Bobby Kennedy wins and becomes secretary, which we're going to make sure happens, kids win, moms win, families win. Who benefits if Bobby Kennedy is derailed? There will be more unnecessary vaccines pushed on kids, like the hepatitis B vaccine at birth. Again, I'm not going to weigh in on all the vaccines, but come on. Some of the stuff on the schedule should not be there. The children should not get the COVID vaccine. I think that's insane to give a 18-month-old the COVID vaccine. Sorry, I'm going to speak out against that one. That one's insane to me. It's insane. Babies getting the COVID vaccine. I'm not talking about polio. I'm not talking about measles, mumps, rubella. I'm not talking about Tdap. I'm not talking about any of this stuff. COVID vaccine. Bobby Kennedy throws down the gauntlet on the Democrats. Let's play cut 149.
Americans by and large, do not like the Affordable Care Act. People are on it. They don't like Medicaid. They like Medicare. And they like private insurance. We need to listen to what they would prefer to be on private insurance. Most Americans, if they can afford to be, will be on private insurance. We need to figure out ways to improve care, particularly for elderly, for veterans, for the poor in this country. And Medicaid, the current model is not doing that.
We need a full disruption of healthcare because we need healthcare, not sick care. More personalized individual treatment. If somebody's experiencing issues, typically it's because of metabolic dysfunction that happened decades prior. We need to get to root causes and uproot the entire food pyramid. We want Americans to thrive. And I think what's exciting about Bobby Kennedy is you don't have to agree with everything he says. Blake doesn't agree with everything he says. That's fine. but we're willing to have a robust conversation on why are we overweight? What can we do differently? The biggest reason Americans don't thrive is not a lack of money. It's not even being unable to buy a house. By far the biggest source of our misery is how unhealthy we are. The lack of health in this country is actually the root cause beyond all root causes. And let's open this up, and every good, wacky, creative, crazy idea, we need to have it out. What I know, though, is the most high-functioning people in my life that I see are people that largely don't drink a lot of alcohol. They're people that don't do drugs. They're people that take exercise seriously. They take sunlight exposure seriously. And some of the most unhappy people and slovenly people are people that don't take that stuff seriously. But more than all of that, we need medical institutions, and we need institutions in general that promote the public health, not public misery, not public obesity. We should trust our medical institutions. And we know the CDC is captured. We know the FDA is captured. We know all these major institutions are captured. And Bobby Kennedy is going to go in there and disrupt it for your kids, for your grandkids. I could not be more behind Bobby Kennedy's ascension to HHS secretary. I believe fundamentally in the Maha movement. People make fun of me that I'm like the Maha mascot. And we need to have Bobby Kennedy's back. This right here would be one of the sweetest closures to the injustice of the COVID injustice.